Friends, architects, consultant engineers, HVAC engineers, and my students. Welcome back to VK Jain Sir ki MEP classes. In this particular module, we are going to discuss direct digital control inside DDC in HVAC applications. Friends, we are discussing direct digital control systems in HVAC, which are competitor of PLC, will cover in another presentation. DDC in HVAC is a computerized automated control system that manages building environments, the temperature, humidity, and air quality. By using microprocessors to monitor sensors, process data with software, and directly control equipment like chillers, fans, and valves. It enables 20 to 50% energy savings, precise centralized control, and remote monitoring, replacing older, less efficient pneumatic control to optimize comfort and reduce operational cost. The key aspects in DDC: first, system components consist of controllers, microprocessors with analog digital inputs, that may be sensors for temperature or pressure, and output relay for motors, actuators for valves. How it functions: DDC sensors measure environmental data, compare it with to define set points, and utilize algorithm to automatically adjust HVAC equipment. Friends, about basic concept of DDC. In a DDC system, field sensors measure environmental conditions, send signals to a digital controller, and the controller processes the data and sends commands to actuators to adjust HVAC equipment. Of this complex system, the following is the control loop: sensor uh, to controller to actuator to HVAC equipment, and once again feedback to sensors. Friends, now we'll discuss main components of the DC systems. This particular table has two columns, one on component and another the function of the particular component. We'll take one by one. The sensors, their function is to measure temperature, humidity, pressure, airflow, CO2, and similar other parameters. Then the heart of DDC is controller, that is DDC panel. Its function is it is a microprocessor that processes sensor signals and runs control logic. Next are actuators. They operate valves, dampers, and variable speed drive and similar items. Next is input-output modules. They interface between sensors or actuator and controller. Next is communication network. that connects multiple controller to central monitoring system. Next item is operator workstation or BMS. The function is monitoring and control through computer software. Friends, now we are providing details on types of inputs and outputs. The input may be temperature sensor, humidity sensor, pressure sensor, flow sensor, and occupancy sensor, and so many other input types. The most prominent output is controlling damper motors, control valves, fan starters, variable frequency drive (VFDs), chiller and AHU control signals. Friends, this slide shows you simplified DDC HP control diagram. To start with, we have operator or computer uh, of BMS or SCADA. Then through communication network, we approach DDC controller. Now DDC controller will fetch temperature sensor, pressure sensor, and humidity. These are all inputs. And these input is applied to control logic, and they control outputs of damper motor, control valves, fan or VFD, or HVAC equipment of AHU or chiller. Friends, now on precise temperature and humidity control. First, energy efficiency and reduce operating cost. Second, remote monitoring through building management systems. Third, data logging and fault detection. Fourth advantage is flexible programming and scheduling. Fifth, integration with other building. Friends, there are two type of things, PLC and direct digital controls systems in HVAC. PLCs are costly, whereas DDCs are slightly cheaper. This particular table discusses what is the definition, primary application, control type, programming method, system complexity, and user interface. First, we'll take PLC. The full form of PLC is Programmable Logic Controller. Uh, Definition: industrial digital computer used to control machinery and processes. In case of DDC, it is microprocessor based controller designed especially for HVAC and building automation. Now, second feature, application. The PLC are used in industrial automation, manufacturing plants, assembly lines, and heavy machinery, whereas DDC finds application in HVAC system, building automation, lighting, and energy management. The third feature is control type. In case of PLC, mainly logic-based control, on-off sequencing, interlocking. In case of DDC, environmental control, that is temperature, humidity, airflow, and pressure. The fourth feature is programming method. The PLC type has ladder type logic, function block diagrams, and structured text. Whereas in case of DDC, it is pre-configured HPAC algorithm and graphical programming. Next feature is system complexity. The PLC is suitable for complex industrial processes, whereas DDC is designed for HVAC equipment like AHU, chiller, VAV, and boilers. Next feature is user interface. In case of PLC, it requires SCADA or HMI system, human machinery interface system for visualization. In case of DDC, usually integrated with building management system. This slide is in continuation to the previous slide. Uh, we have one feature known as control accuracy. In case of PLC, good but not optimized for environmental comfort control. In case of DDC, it is highly optimized for temperature and humidity regulation. Next feature is integration. In case of PLC, it integrates easily with industrial network and automation system. In case of DDC, it integrates easily with building systems such as HVAC, lighting, and fire alarm. Next feature is cost. Higher cost for HVAC application in case of PLCs, whereas in case of DDC, more economical for building HVAC systems. Next feature is maintenance. In case of PLC requires specialized industrial automation engineers, whereas in case of DDC is easier for HVAC technicians and building operators. Friends, uh, typical use of DDC in HVAC system. It is used for air handling units, variable air volume systems, chiller plants, building energy management. PLC is used when HVAC is a part of larger industrial process such as pharmaceutical manufacturing plants, data center with complex cooling system, industrial refrigerant plants. Friends, now we are discussing core advantages of using DDC. First one is energy efficiency, optimizes system performance, saving 20 to 50% on utility costs. Second advantage is remote or centralized control that allows facility manager to monitor and adjust systems from a single interface or remotely. Third advantage is improved accuracy, reduces human error and provides precise, consistent control for indoor conditions. Next, diagnostics, support real-time data analysis, alarm reporting, and trend logging for maintenance. I continue to next slide. Friends, now I am providing a simple DDC control system functioning. It has got the human being inside a enclosed space. The room temperature sensor is connected to DDC control panel, and through control wiring we can make fan on and off. We can use exhaust fan here to output, and we have a operator machine interfacer. Friends, this sketch shows how a primary control unit works. The primary control unit has a secondary bus to which lighting controller, backnet device and lawn tag devices are connected. And through this primary control circuit is connected to a operator interface workstation and web server. Friends, this schematic diagram shows components of a energy management system EMS with DDC control system. Now, for energy management, workstation has got a computer system and computer connected with mouse and keyboard. It provides, in case of fan cooling coil, a temperature sensing done. This is one temperature sensor. We have similar other sensors and other actuators. Uh, one, for example, chill water valve. This valve is control and chill water returns through valve actuator. Friends, 6 steps are involved in DDC system design. First is system schematic. Second is control point designations. Then third is the point list. We have to prepare a point list. DDC system architecture. Next step is sequencing of operations. The next is specifications. Friends, this schematic shows a complete schematic for a constant volume single zone AHU. Friends, this is the enclosed system of which into which air is supplied through AHU having outdoor air and chill water coil and or hot water coil, and through fans it is supplied to the enclosed atmosphere. Similarly, from this enclosed atmosphere, the return air through a return fan is adjusted outside or once again mixed in a mixing chamber with the recirculation air type. Friends, this table shows you how to prepare a point list. This is very much compulsory for design of the complete system. Now this table shows you the point, whether it is a digital output or digital input or analog input or analog output. So in case of a supply fan, we have one digital output point and one digital input point. In case of return fan, also we have one digital output and one digital input. Depth temperature sensor, we have three analog inputs. For chilled and hot water valves, we have two analog output. In case of room temperature sensor, we have analog input, one analog input. In case of smoke detector, we have one digital input point. Thus, this table has got in total two digital output, three digital input, four analog input, and two analog output. The purpose of point list is to identify the total number of each point category, and this will become a part of our bill or estimate. Friends, this particular diagram shows us in totality a DDC system architecture. In this one, first one is OMI, operator machine interface, and telephone modem or internet connection. This system goes to DDC controllers panel. They may be different type of panels, and each controller panel gets connected to local area network LAN trunk. Similarly, DDC control panel has got local area network trunk having zone controller, several zone controllers, and they are connected to other zone controllers also. At last, DDC controller panel has got local area controlling equipment controller, several, and it is connected to other equipment controller as well.